Hello, I'm Dot Strange here. It's been a while since I showed you what I was doing on the movie. I Am Nightmare, which is now 30 to 60 days away from release. I had a delay of about a month because things are taking a long time to render. But last time I was on here, I was lighting and rendering the 3D shots, and now all 1,400, or almost all of them, are finished rendering. So now I'm compositing them. So what does that mean? So what we're looking at here is a final 3D render. So this is rendered out of Cinema 4D. That's what it looks like. And you try to get it to look the best you can, but it's not totally finished. So here's a shot that is composited. Here's the raw one, like the one you were just looking at. And then I turn it into this. And as you can see here, here's the layers. Here's the main one. Then I'm adding all this stuff in. I add this moon in. I add the stars in, I add this luminance layer, I add this atmosphere, I add a curves adjustment to the background, I add depth of field, I add motion blur, and then I add my looks layer, which is like my color correction and my blurs and glows and stuff like that, which you'll see what that looks like in a minute. You can see it takes a long time on this computer. This old i7 920 ain't what it used to be. Then on top of that, I add noise. Why do you add noise? Is because when you're dealing with gradients and soft lighting like this, when you go to compress it, you can get banding, which is bad. So you add a little bit of noise on top. But yeah, so that's what I do to these images. And you would think, you know, that would take forever to do that with every one. But what I do, since this is the same location, it's going to have the same 3D lighting. So that means I can apply much of the same settings. So what I do is I just copy this stuff and then I'll paste it into here. That's an error because there's no 3D camera in this shot to track the sky because you can't see the sky. So I can delete those. So now this is 201, but you see it has 200. And the way what I do is just I highlight them like that, and then I go over to the bin and do a keyboard shortcut, and it replaces them. See, now it's has a different name. So I'm doing this so I don't have to change all the settings and move all the layers around. All I do is copy paste, and then I need to change the layer from where the depth of field is being driven, and then see when I undo it or let the screen refresh, I use caps lock to turn off the refresh because it takes forever. So now we have it with all the effects and stuff built into it. But then I'm going to look at these glows and be like, that's a little too heavy of a glow. So I'm going to go see what I can do here in adjusting this. And maybe I need to crush the blacks a little more. So I'm going to look at our background. Then I have control of the background as well. So I can bring that up if I'm going to bring some more detail in this background. Not much, but... So let's say this is good, this is our finished shot. So then I add it to the render queue, and then I'll go on to the next one, and this one has a sky, because I want to show you what it looks like with a sky. So when you have a sky, let's see if this shot's moving. Yes, it is. The camera's moving. So if I just drop my sky in here, it's just going to stay in place, and this is moving, and the camera moves baked into... Well, it's not even baked, it's just, you know, this is an image sequence and already has animation, and we don't have a camera or anything to lock it to unless we want a motion track, but that's a hassle. So what I have to do is go back into the After Effects, Cinema 4D project, which, let me just make sure, it's shot 202. So I'm going to go open the shot file from which this one is from, 202. And there's two things I want to do. I want to generate an After Effects camera and a sky tracker, and I want to take note of the focal length of the camera so I make sure and apply the correct depth field blur, if any. So the focal length is 50, so that means it'll have a shallow depth field, so I need to remember that. And then I'm going to delete everything because it speeds up the export of the After Effects camera. And then don't ask me why I'm doing this. They changed the settings in this new version set up for 4D, so if I don't do this, I can't see my faraway camera trackers, but never mind that for now. Then I made this preset object, which is just 4 lights. Let's see if you can see them. They're really far away. It's just 4 lights that are pointing at the camera at all time. So then I look for the one, let's see which way the camera's pointing. It's pointing that way. So then we want to grab this one, pull it way out there. See that now we have it there. So now this is a sky tracker object. So if I tie my sky object in After Effects to this tracker, it'll be where it's supposed to be. So then I'm on the other screen, you can't see, but now I have to save out that After Effects project file, which takes way too many clicks, in my opinion. It's adding to my carpal tunnel. So maybe you can hear my click, 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 click. I just want to show you how much, not to be like, it takes so much work, but it takes a lot of tedium to even complete these shots. You might cut and paste. So then I need to import that After Effects project file. Here it is. Okay, now I have a camera, which I'll show you what it looks like. Oops. So then the scene looks like this. So this just brings in a camera and my sky tracker, which I can now paste in this one. I can close this one. So now if I bring in a sky, like these glitter stars, that's my sky. And we'll see that we should have something there. Oh, and it already is sort of in place. Because this has an expression on it from another scene, and it was looking for an object called Sky Tracker 1, which happened to be the same name, so it automatically stuck to it. But then we go through in time just to make sure that it doesn't move out of place. And you can see this frame is crooked, but that's not really a big deal. I can fix it, but it doesn't really matter. We just need our stars back there. And then once I have that, I can just copy paste the rest. So, oh, she has a moon too, actually, so let's go do that first. Let's paste the moon in, which is a gigantic image sequence and slows things down a lot. So there's our moon, and it was already tied to that, so but here I'll show you how I have to do it manually if it doesn't automatically line up. So then I would go like this. This would be off, and then I'd go like this to tie that there, and then I'd go to the rotation like this, and I'd tie that to that, and then it would stick to it. So that's pretty much what you have to do. But since that just kind of fell into place, we'll go. I'm going to turn off the screen refresh because it takes too long, and then again I'm just going to shift click these, or control click I mean. And this isn't a tutorial, I know. If you're trying to follow, it's way too fast, but I just wanted to show you what I'm doing. And if you want me to make a tutorial about something like this in the future, let me know, because I'll be making more tutorials both for myself and actually for Moviola.com. I did a webinar there a month ago, and I'm doing another one in January. So I'll be doing more of that stuff. Oops, there is one wrong post effect here. Let's replace it. We don't want her spirit leaving her body like that. So now we have a finished shot. And then I can go ahead and send that to the render queue. And we can go ahead and time. And see, even at half resolution, you see how long it takes to refresh? And I'm not even using like crazy effects or anything. It's just when you're using HD footage, and you know, I don't have that many layers. I guess just an i7 920 with 16 gigs of RAM just doesn't cut it anymore. So I need to upgrade my computer. See, and now she has a face of like sympathy. She feels sorry for me and my computer. Poor M. Dot in your poor old computer. Maybe I just need to switch this to auto. Maybe that would help. Maybe not. It's slow. So, oops. This is what I'm doing for like about 1,200 more shots. So I just wanted to show you what I'm doing. I wanted to have the movie out by Christmas, but it looks like it's going to be delayed by a month at most. So it's still coming soon. Thanks for watching. If you pre-ordered the movie, thank you. You should have got your postcard. If you're an extra in it, you're going to be stoked. If you gave me your pictures, if you're an extra and you gave me your pictures. If you didn't give me your pictures, I couldn't make you an extra. But if you did, you're already in the movie. So yeah. Until next time, you should, if you want more updates on the movie, follow me at Twitter at m.strange, because I post there about the movie a lot. So yeah, I'll go back to work, and until next time, bye-bye.